Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Vicki Howie of ChakraBoosters.com, the creator of Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos. And in 2021, I'm now the creator of CirclingSpace.com. It's an online place where we can get together to share more authentic communication and connection. So join me there and look for freebies below in regard to Circling Space, because it's just opening. So today I'm coming to you from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It's a very popular beach and it's busy. I came here early, but there's still a lot of noise and kids and of course the ocean. So I couldn't resist it. Even with the noise of the ocean in the background, I wanted to share with you the beautiful open spaces. Most of us have been somewhat locked down, and I'm here on a little birthday vacation, and I wanted to share with you this openness, the sun, the palm trees, and most of all, the ocean. Today's video, I'm going to look at the endocrine glands that relate to each chakra. And I said that very slowly because it's hard for me to say. And that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and say glands instead of endocrine glands, but you know what I mean. And this video is the first in a series of two where we're going to look at the glands that relate to the lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And then in the next video, I'll look at the heart and the upper chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Okay, so there is a lot, in my opinion, of miseducation, not purposely, but there's miseducation around these, especially in the lower chakras, but there's also big confusion between the pineal and the pituitary in the upper chakras as well too. So I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to go outside the box, and I'm going to tell you through my experience, through my downloads, and just all the work I've done with chakras, what I believe to be true. But one main thing I want to start with is saying that when you're looking at the chakras, they're organized, they are the colors of the rainbow. We are literally walking rainbows. Nature itself is organized. If you pick up a leaf and you look at the way it's structured, you pick up a shell and you look at the nautilus, there's mathematical aspects to everything in nature. It's all very organized, it's all very beautiful. And because of this, I often use it as a measure. And the measure for the chakras for me are, does the gland that apply to the chakra have the aspects of that chakra, and does it end up in the location of that chakra? Which is going to bring me right to our first chakra, which is highly misrepresented as being related to the adrenals. Now, the adrenals that are often related to the to the root are actually part of the solar plexus. They are the gland that's most related to the solar plexus chakra. Now the adrenals, think about it. They are located in the solar plexus area. They are yellow. They're little yellow glands on top of the kidney. The kidney is a solar plexus organ. All your digestive and filtering organs in that general solar plexus stomach area. All of those are related to your solar plexus, which is related to digestion and your energy and your get up and go and your go for it. Well, the adrenals give us that get up and go. They let us go from 0 to 60. And the root chakra is the exact opposite. While the root chakra relates to our blood and to our overall health and vitality, it is actually a downward moving, we say apana energy, and it moves down. It roots. Roots grow down into the earth. It's a relaxation energy, and then it sucks up the full earth energy to give us more vitality. But it's more of a calm, robust, stable kind of vitality. Can you feel that? Whereas the solar plexus, it's like a bunny rabbit. The root chakra is the turtle and the solar plexus is the hare. Got that? And they do work together often. So if the adrenals are not the gland, and they aren't, and I'll explain in a few more moments why they're related to the solar plexus, but if the adrenals are not the gland for the root chakra, what is? Well, here's why I think this has often been ignored. Because it's a gland that is only existing in men, the testes. okay? It's a gland that's fully active in men. And again, the root chakra is the first masculine, the sacral chakra is the first feminine. This actually makes sense magnetically that those energies draw each other, okay? So it's the testes, which create testosterone, which is, the testes are down in the lowest area. They are down where the root chakra is. They are related to the masculine, which is the root chakra. They are related to strength, which is root chakra. They are related to muscle building, which is root chakra. Am I getting the point across? So let's re-educate the world. Testes are the gland that is related, or glands that are related to the root chakra. And often, even if a woman has a lot of strength or stability, one will say, wow, she's got balls, right? And that's a way of saying she's got that root chakra energy. I've got a gazillion videos explaining what the root chakra energy is, so if you're not familiar with that, you might want to go watch one of those. But basically, we're talking stability. Roots go down into the earth. It's related to spreading your roots. And the semen that is related to the testes is what young men are driven by in their sexuality. Do they want to be with partners? Yes. Do they want to experience intimacy? I'm pretty sure they do. But it's a secondary need to the need of spreading their seed. Young males, it's a need of spreading the seed. That's spreading your roots. That too is related. So in every way, the testes are the gland. They're in the right place. They've got the right qualities, completely the right qualities. So that is the gland for the root chakra. Okay, now the sacral chakra, opposite of the root, right? The first feminine, where the root's earthy, the sacral's watery and moving. It's emotional. Well, testosterone is a building and strength hormone. The ovaries create more estrogen and progesterone, and they create a cycle for women that takes them through all their different hormones, which is the exact meaning of the sacral chakra. This up and down, the moods, the full spectrum of emotions, you know, cycling with the moon. The moon cycles every 28 days. Well, a woman with a healthy cycle does the same. And the sacral is related to water. The ocean is related to the moon. The moon affects the tides. Can you feel all this? And there's two beautiful ovaries. So if you're freaking out and saying, well, a man doesn't have ovaries typically, and a woman doesn't have testes, so we don't have the gland for those chakras, in a way, this is part of the magnetic energy that sexually happens. And this energetically happens too, even in same-sex couples. You often will see polarity roles, one playing masculine more and one playing feminine more. Masculine and feminine not being genders, but being the energies that are created by these hormones. And it's interesting because our brains affect this as well too, and how we see ourselves. So I am so pro every type of relationship possible, so please understand that. I'm only saying that it does lend itself to the chemistry of the procreative process of the masculine and feminine, when the masculine has the testosterone, is missing ovaries, and the feminine has the ovaries and is missing the testosterone. Can you feel it? It becomes a natural magnetic chemistry. The ovaries create emotions. They create chemistry that wants to, like the feminine chemistry has oxytocin. It's a love, it's a connection feeling. And all the feminine chakras are about connection. So we have the testes for the root, right? And we have the ovaries for the sacral. Now I already gave you a preview of what's coming up for the solar plexus, right? And that is, it's often associated with the pancreas. And yes, it is properly associated with the pancreas. But I would call that the secondary endocrine gland here. And here's why. Because the solar plexus is bad. It's just go for it energy. It's that get up and go. It's that adrenaline. It's known for energy. And it's also about digestion, which is about the pancreas, but it's really known for its get up and go. It goes for it. It's the warrior, 0 to 60 in just that amount of time. So, and the adrenals are literally yellow, like the solar plexus. They sit on top of the kidneys, which is an organ associated with the solar plexus chakra. They're in the right area. They have the quality of the solar plexus all the way. Can you feel that? So the adrenals are the #1 gland for your solar plexus chakra. And the secondary gland is the pancreas. Now the pancreas puts out certain, I believe it's hormones that create, help with digestion. Chemical reactions in the body that help with digestion. They also put out insulin that affects the blood sugar levels, which affects the energy. But I don't really need to argue for the pancreas, because many agree that the pancreas is related to the solar plexus chakra. But what I have to argue more for is the adrenals. And to me, they're even more clearly related to the solar plexus because of the fact that they're yellow and where they're located. They're the opposite actually of the standard root chakra energy. I hope you can feel this. I hope that you're getting more and more educated about all the different qualities of the rainbow that you are. It's important to enjoy the real world connection to the chakras, because we can't see these spinning vortex, or some of us can, but most of us can't see them. And because we can't see them, many people go, well, they don't exist. Well, they leave a trail in every direction. They're associated so clearly to aspects of your life. And one of the paths they leave is this beautiful path of being directly related to a very important information center, a nucleus area where there's an important gland. There's usually a lot of nerves, a lot of physical pathways going into that area. So for the lower chakras, one more time, we have the testes, right? Spreading those roots. We have the ovaries, moving those emotions and cycling with the moon. And for the solar plexus, we have the adrenals giving us that get up and go, those yellow adrenals that just kick us into gear, as well as the pancreas that creates insulin and helps us digest things properly, because the solar plexus is a lot about digestion as well as being about energy and fight and go for it, confidence. You can do this. Can you feel it? So those are the 3 lower chakras in a nutshell. I hope you'll spread this new information with me and join me for the next video when we look at the upper chakras and the heart to see what glands are affecting those. Those chakras get less and less physical. Of course, the crown, the least of all, being the energy mostly being off the body. But it's still very directly related. They each fall in the area of the chakra. To me, that's one of the first tests. A gland for that chakra has to fall in the area of that chakra. Let's just use that as a general rule. And then it's got to reflect the personality of that chakra. And sometimes it'll even reflect the color, like the adrenals do. So that's it. I'm Vicki Howie, coming to you from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Thank you for dealing with the ocean and the other sounds around me. I'm so happy to bring you this sunshine, and I will see you on the next video. Blessings.